Hi again, my daughter's Mini One 2005. Front door speakers, they stopped working. I think they're just blown. So I got some aftermarket replacements. I'm going to try to sort them out to fit them in. They're not direct replacement for Mini, so I'll have to do a bit of jiggery pokery to get it done. One of the first things, I'm going to remove the door card because there are 4 fixings on the door, TX30s. There's one there, one behind this handle bit, and one behind this reflector. Reflector can be popped out with a trim removal tool. This upholstered section of the door handle can be removed by knocking it that way forward and then taking off, and that will reveal T30 screw there. Also, this plastic cover, gently you can just pop it off, set it aside, and I'll show you. And then once you remove the screws, you just need to ease off entire card off the door and up and get it off. Just be careful with this locking pin here. You'll have to manhandle that as well. After a bit of struggle with wide angle, I realized that someone has mucked this up previously, and as you can see, someone broke this off and then used some silicone or something to stick it all on. So in short lines, I'm just gonna take this, break all this sealant off. There are a few clips, as you can see. There's a clip there, clip there, clip there, clip there, and same on this side here. There's a one clip on this end here. That end one should go in there where the screw is, where the T30 screw is. And there's also locking hole here and this little clip tab. You can see that. So to remove this, when it's not been botched as it is, you have to get a trim tool behind, basically push it between that clip and that hole, so it disengages from that hole. Then you can slide the whole armrest forward and take it out. So obviously someone didn't know how to do this, and they literally just ripped it off and then glued it on. So I think I'll have to just glue it back on once I'm all done with it, because I don't think I'll be buying a new one of these just because of that. That's a shame. And guess what? Exactly same story with the left hand side. Not only did they broke the clips on the actual rest, they broke these little lugs here as well. Well, that one and that one. The bottom one seemed fine. Okay, let's just run out of grey silicone, I think, and just use white. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4. To take screws out, you'll note that 2 front ones are longer ones and 2 shorter ones are on the back. So these 2 shorter ones are from the back, long ones from the front. Long, short. Now let's get a little trim removal tool, and you can see it's just working way around. We'll get fingers in. Now you get it in that position. You can see that work there. So we need to just lift it up and unclip it from the clips along the top edge. and to unclip it from the top edge you need to lift the card upwards, and as I said, just be careful with that locking pin and the whole thing comes off. Now we have this speaker exposed. It's got 4 Phillips screws there, so we'll undo that bit. Now you can see on this speaker, don't know if you can see it, but I can push that membrane fully out almost. It's completely blown. It's not going back in and out smooth. It's basically gone brittle and it's not working. And let's check the new ones. Okay, I'm just going to unwrap it with both hands. So, the new one, as you can see, it's a tad smaller than the old one, which is actually good. That is good. Does it say anything there on power or anything? No, I mean, good, important thing, it's 4 ohms. And it's 4 ohms here as well, so that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cut this old speaker out of this mount, and then going to install a new one back onto that, because this cradle, this mount, I'm going to use to install our new speaker back in there, because that it's not very good that way. So I'm literally going to use this box, but I need to cut the old speaker out of it. I'm just going to use a little buzz tool and just buzz all these fins off, butcher it up, and then I can screw this on there. So now, as you can see, this is my little buzz tool. So I chopped up the cradle, took old speaker out, cut these 2 wires. I'm going to trim a bit more. So that's where our new speaker is going to go. So new speaker goes in there like that. So that's like how it's going to go. So I need to screw that in there. In regards to connections, on our new speaker we got positive and negative connection. Positive is bigger, negative is smaller. So looking at this original connector here and this one here, so we got horizontal and vertical side. They're both yellow. One is yellow and red and one is yellow and brown. Now yellow and brown is on left hand side horizontal. I would think that is because of brown, that will be negative, and yellow with red will be positive side. So that will be plus, that will be minus. So I need to get from that speaker plus to there and minus across to that point there. And by doing that I'm actually retaining original connector there as well. So all I'm going to do is get a bit of wire and just solder it across these once I screw that together. I'm just going to do a close-up. As you can see, I pulled out the old wire from the connector, soldered these wires down, done that side. Now I'm just going to do this side here. So I got the wire coming from negative to negative terminal here. Bit of solder on, cleaned up this port. Wire goes on, or rather say in the hole. Just a bit more solder. And that's it. Now I have original connection on aftermarket speaker. Right, let's put it all in now. And now it's just connected all together. So it's just a plug and play now. And everything connects in reversal. I connect both speakers, so I'll just try them. Make sure they actually work. So that is proof you don't need any special adapters or anything. You can just reuse existing speaker body, cradle, whatever you call it, and even original connector. Right, let's find some station without music because of copyright thingy me bobs.
BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 4.
Thank you, Nicky Cartwright.
Right, it's very hard to find without music, so
Listen live on BBC Sound.
My age,
right,
and it says Legend,
here it is.
which is what I'm playing at Glastonbury. I'm playing on the Legend stage. I don't like it. They call it the tea time set.
It sounds a bit kind of old-fashioned.
It really works well.
Crates of cakes and stuff like that, but no,
Tea times.
but the Legend style.
I just have to try it
That's me, baby.
without music because of copyright malarkey.
So I did it back in 2002. It's the first time I ever
Yeah,
did it. And
it
I
works
can't remember anything.
Much better than the old ones. Old ones didn't work at all.
Well,
Yeah,
most of the audience
success. Now I need to put
or maybe not.
door cards back on.
But it must be a great feeling that
Right, getting key out so I don't drain the battery. So putting door cards, it's the same thing as removals, just reverse. You need to clip the top, these top clips back on, push it in, clip all these rest and holes. So to put door card back on, there are little holes here, like a rectangular holes. They need to be clipped into these metal brackets. Make sure that locking pin is located. Just firmly push on. That's it. T30s, short ones from the back. Long ones in front. connector. Then clip this on, but I can't clip it on, I'll have to glue it on. Let's see if I can semi-clip it. No. I'll have to get silicone out and glue this on. What I'm going to do is glue it on and put some cable ties on to hold it until silicone goes off, and then just cut silicone. Cut the cable ties. Give it a few hours or overnight. That's going to settle nicely.